What's your name and where you from?
My name is sonnyfaz. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. Just an Italian white guy that converted to Islam.
MashaAllah. What was your experience like growing up?
So I grew up in Boston, like I just said. I never really tried much in school. You know, I was never the guy that was always working hard at my grades or anything like that, but I would do good on like the standardized tests. So I think I always knew I was a little bit like smarter, but I don't know, everyone's kind of told that at a young age, like, you're special, you're gifted, you're so smart, look at these. And I was like, I don't know if that's true or not, but I was always just trying different side hustles growing up. Lemonade stands at a young age. I was the kid selling candy in school. I had a locker next to mine stuffed with Oreos and stuff, you know. And then throughout high school, instead of school, once again, I was trying to become a professional Fortnite player. And one day I just had the realization, like, why am I putting all this effort into Fortnite, learning my building, my aiming, rotating around the map, all these different skills, when I can just take that same logic and apply it to life? You know, learn this skill, go to the gym a bit more, learn how to speak better, read this book, gain some knowledge XP. It just all made sense to me. So it was like a flip of a switch. And overnight I started trying different side hustles, blah, blah, blah. First thing I really went hard at was a TikTok page. And alhamdulillah, first page I started, it actually ended up doing really well. But I guess you could say first page I started, but I was trying stuff for 10 years. So this is the first like TikTok page that I started. It blew up, and that just started the craziest snowball ever. It's been 3.5 years of just grinding.
Sonnyfaz, a young man from Boston, embarked on a transformative journey that led him to embrace Islam. His story is one of self-discovery, curiosity, and a deep desire for truth. As he reflects on his life, Sonny emphasizes a powerful realization. God doesn't need us. We need God. He describes life as fleeting, akin to a blink of an eye, and acknowledges that now, with the veil lifted from his eyes, he feels compelled to share the truth he has found.
Did you always believe in God?
I just didn't think about God. It wasn't a matter of if I believed or not. I believed in the higher power, like everyone says. I believe in spirits and spiritual world. But to say I believed in God, I don't know, because I would go to church and that was God. So did I feel God? Not really. But I think I always thought that there was something more to this life. Yeah, for sure.
How did you first hear about Islam?
I first heard about Islam literally on camera, which is the craziest thing. Like, in the first reaction video I did to Islam with my mom, I didn't even know what a Quran was. I was learning everything as a complete beginner. So I saw Andrew Tate convert to Islam, and that video ended up blowing up. It got like 700,000 views, just Andrew Tate converting to Islam. And the comments were fed with people like, react to this, brother, recitation, react to this, react to this. And so I was like, all right, like, this video is popping. These people clearly want to see it. So I think the next one we did was maybe like Jesus in the Quran and the miracles of the Quran. And then we collabed with the 3 Muslims a bunch. And it was just a rabbit hole the next month and a half, 2 months of watching different Islamic videos to learn.
What attracted you to it?
Really, the fact that I was able to document my knowledge online of learning something as like a white American boy that used to think Muslims were brown, stinky bomber terrorists. Like, just straight, I'm just being straight up. That's what I used to think. I had no other knowledge about it. Would just watch the movies, you know, look at the TV. She's like, oh yeah, damn brown people ruining everything, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know Jesus was in the Quran. I didn't know there was miracles. I thought it was just like some other Hinduism kind of thing. Like, they believe in some other weird God, maybe. I didn't know. I had no idea. So just the fact that I could document and show people that whole process was really the coolest part to me. And I think people could see that I was genuinely curious. I was sincere in my knowledge. Through my whole YouTube journey, all I've done is seek truth. So even in the first video I made, which was just reacting to Andrew Tate, you could see that, like, I would look at Andrew Tate's words with a lot of validity. Like, what is he saying? Like, oh, that's facts, you know? Oh, what else does he have to say? Oh man, that's a new perspective, you know? You'd watch all the Tate pods, a whole new one dropped, and then you realize he's a man, he's fallible. You can't just like follow Tate forever. And then you kind of start going down other rabbit holes. You go down conspiracy theories, you go down self-help gurus, and then the final step of seeking truth is Islam.
Sonny believes there is only one God, and that Islam is the only religion that acknowledges this singular divine presence. He views the Quran as the final book that ties together all previous revelations and prophets who worked for the same purpose. He finds it astonishing that many people think their sins can be wiped away simply by declaring man as God on Judgment Day. He encourages others to make themselves uncomfortable by learning new things.
So when did you have that moment when you were past like just being attracted to it and you were more like, this is something more?
It's funny, bro. I feel like I always knew I'd end up becoming Muslim. Like, even in the videos, if it'd be like, are you Muslim? I'd be like, not yet. Or like, I'd say peace be upon him, you know, after the Prophet's name. And I think it was a matter of just, I had to just give it time. I just had to give it time. Like, it was, maybe I felt like I wasn't ready to take the step into just jumping into Islam yet. Like, I knew once I opened the Quran, like, it would be GG's. I'd be locked in, you know? But I'd say I really fell in love with it after I started, like, going to the mosque with friends, seeing what it was. And then specifically, as me and Sakeb would make these short films and travel, this is after I took my Shahada. I didn't even really fall in love with Islam completely until after my Shahada, like a couple months in, where we'd travel, we'd be praying, and over time praying, I could see my knees getting better. There was a time we were in the elevator, and I just spit off Surah Fatiha, like half of it. And he was like, bro, he lost his mind, because like I just learned from listening to him, because we'd pray.
Yep.
And just the fact that I was able to learn so much by practicing with the brother, I feel so blessed for that. Like, not everyone has that opportunity to be able to travel with another brother and pray with him so that you have someone that's teaching you how to do it properly, consistently. A lot of guys just have to go on YouTube and watch it. So I just feel like truly blessed for that. But over enough time of me and him making these videos, when I would come home and I wouldn't pray, it feels like there's a piece of your day missing. Like, there's just something wrong. And so finally, after Free America, the last video we just posted, I could say like Surah Fatiha on my own at this point. I basically knew all the steps. We like praying. I was pushing him to pray too. I was like, yo, we have to hit our prayer before we go. Inshallah, it always works out, you know? And now when I got back home, like I'd say after this last trip is where it really hit me, where it's like, wow, bro, I found the truth. Like, I found the truth. Like, it's like I heard all this information 2.5 years ago. I heard about the miracles in the Quran and how Jesus is in the Quran and how it's the final book and God said he'll protect this book and how it's in Arabic, and Arabic is the perfect language because even if all the Qurans are burned, you can memorize it in your heart. Like, I heard all this stuff, but it's like the seed just needed to plant. So now I'm at the point where I just want to tell everyone about this. I just want to say the truth. So be like, look, bro, you don't have to have blind faith in man God anymore, and this and Trinity, that doesn't make sense. It makes sense. The logic God gave you, you can apply to religion. It makes sense. Like, this isn't like you don't have to have blind faith. If you actually look into it with an open heart, it's logical.
Yeah.
Like, you can submit your life to this with 100% certainty that it's going to be all right.
Sonny reflects on how everyone is born with an innate understanding that God has sent guidance through his books. He urges people to follow this guidance, pray with intention, and recognize the blessing of having this knowledge, something many in his hometown remain oblivious to. Growing up in Boston, Sonny was just an average Italian kid who didn't focus much on academics. Although he performed well on standardized tests, he never put in the effort for his grades. Instead, he was always hustling, selling lemonade and candy at school. In high school, he even aspired to be a professional Fortnite player. One day, Sonny had a realization. Why was he putting so much effort into Fortnite when he could apply that dedication to life itself? This epiphany led him to explore various side hustles. His first significant success came from TikTok, where his page blew up after years of experimentation. Despite not thinking much about God during his youth, Sonny believed in a higher power and felt there was something more to life. His first encounter with Islam occurred unexpectedly while filming reaction videos with his mother. After Andrew Tate converted to Islam, Sonny was intrigued and began diving into Islamic content online. The comments on his videos urged him to learn more about Islam, leading him down a rabbit hole of exploration. He initially held misconceptions about Muslims, but became eager to document his journey of learning as a white American boy who once thought negatively about Muslims. Sonny felt like he always knew he would end up embracing Islam. In his videos, when asked if he was Muslim, he would often respond with "not yet" or express peace upon the Prophet's name without fully committing. He realized that once he opened the Quran, there would be no turning back. After taking his Shahada, the declaration of faith, it took time for him to truly fall in love with Islam. Traveling with friends and praying together deepened his understanding and connection to his faith. He recalls moments when they prayed together in elevators or shared knowledge through their experiences. Now when Sonny prays at home after these trips, it feels like something is missing if he doesn't do it. It has become essential to his day. Over time, he learned so much through practice and felt incredibly blessed for the opportunity to grow in faith alongside others. Sonny remembers learning about the miracles of the Quran, the fact that it's preserved in Arabic, and how anyone can memorize it regardless of what happens to physical copies. This realization planted a seed within him. He wants everyone to know there is only one God, not a three-in-one concept that confuses so many people. This religion acknowledges all other prophets and books. It's logical and makes sense when viewed with an open heart. Sonny likens life to a video game and questions who created it. He believes there must be a creator behind everything we experience. Every aspect of his life has led him back to this truth. Even concepts like the jinn world have become clear to him now. Since converting, Sonny has faced spiritual challenges that have opened his eyes further. If someone isn't feeling challenged spiritually every day, they need to reflect on whether they are truly engaged with their faith or if something else is influencing them. Each day presents new challenges, whether from family members or old friends trying to pull him back into old habits like drinking or smoking. But Sonny questions why he would want to return to a belief system that doesn't resonate with his understanding of God. He emphasizes that Muslims are not terrorists. Mosques are places of unity where people from all backgrounds come together to worship the same Creator, just as Jesus and Moses did. Sonny contemplates what happens after death, how souls wait until Judgment Day rather than facing immediate judgment. Those who lived righteously will find peace. Those who didn't will face consequences. He expresses compassion for those who haven't yet found their way or who are still lost in misguided paths. Now that the veil has been lifted from his eyes, all Sonny wants is to share this truth. There is only one God. This final book encapsulates everything one needs to know about faith and existence. Sonny urges everyone not to cling blindly to traditions simply because they were passed down through generations without questioning their validity. He encourages seeking out the truth for oneself. As he concludes his story, Sonny reflects on how every aspect of life can lead one closer to understanding their purpose and connection with God. Life may feel overwhelming at times, but embracing faith can provide clarity amidst chaos. In sharing his journey today, Sonny hopes his experience inspires others to seek their own truth and embrace whatever path leads them closer to understanding their Creator.
Think of the scenario. It's the day of judgment. What would you hope your meeting with Allah would be like?
My boy. My boy, you did it, bro. That's what I'm hoping to hear. Look what you did, bro. That's what I'm hoping to hear. Like, just like I love my relationship with Allah because it's like I fear him and I love him so much. It's a weird dichotomy where it's like you fear, it's like your dad in a way, I guess, as a kid, where it's like you love your dad more than anything, but you fear your dad and you don't want to make him angry. So I don't know. I don't fear death. Like, that's another crazy thing is like I could die in a year or 2 years or 5, 10 years, 50 years. You know, it is what it is. It's like when I die, like I know what's going to happen. You know, my soul will, inshallah, flow out of me like water.
Inshallah.
I'll wait like a snap. It'll be Judgment Day and I'll face the Creator. I don't fear that because I personally know my intentions are pure. You can't escape death, you know? no matter what you do. It's the only thing promised with life is death. It's like, if that's the only thing promised, it's like, I don't know, bro. I just don't even, it's just so crazy to me that people don't really try to find truth. My whole life has just been about finding truth through business, the optimal way to do this and this and this. And this is just final step, final stop. Just like, choo choo, you know. You found it, bro.